Hey guys, how you doing? It's Henry. Emotional Rollers. Welcome to another episode. I gotta get these things out of the way. This is a Weedeater FL25, 25cc, FL for Featherlight. I've had this for 40 years. I got it at Home Depot, I think, for $89 back in mid-80s. Ran pretty good. I think I might have changed the fuel lines a couple of times. It's kind of a lot of things wrong with it. Last time I used it at my mom's house, it ran for a while, then shut off. Ran for a while, then shut off. I don't remember if I changed the carburetor ever in 40 years. Also, as you know from old weed whackers, the gas cap, the inner lining of the gas cap always cracks and falls inside, and so there's nothing preventing gas from coming out. So it probably needs a new gas cap, and I don't know where I'm gonna get one from 40 years ago. I might have to just swap out the gas tank that has a gas cap in it. Also, what might be the problem is that you can see a ton of oil residue where the exhaust is. So maybe the spark arrestor is completely clogged with carbon, but it's kind of a lot of work to remove it, not to mention a dirty job. But I think I'll start by replacing the carburetor, given it's 40 years old. And my friends over at HipaStore.com sent me a kit. Comes with fuel lines, extra primer bulb, fuel filter. If you're from Wisconsin, you got a gasket. Got a spark plug, a new carburetor. So we're going to replace the carburetor on this FL25, but let's first start this up and I'll show you what problems I'm having with it. I'm going to prime it. I think I might have changed the primer bulb once or twice maybe. It might be another carburetor. I'm not 100% sure. But you can just tell there's something wrong with it already because when you press on the primer bulb, it takes a while for it to pop back out again. It's supposed to be right away. So there might be something wrong with the valve. It has a momentary spring-loaded switch, so it's always on until you momentarily touch it to shut it off. This thing is wobbly, this thing is wobbly, the whole thing's pretty wobbly. Put it on choke. It runs pretty well right now, but when I'm using it, it'll stop. I guess I'm going to try it first. So actually did okay, just ran out of string. surprisingly, it ran better than I thought. There were times where it would over rev by itself, and then under rev, where you're pushing on where you're triggering the throttle and it's not powering up. It has something to do with the gas, because every time I put it to the side so I can edge, I could feel gas dripping down my arm. You know what I mean? So this thing leaks really bad. I think there's some inconsistencies with this carburetor because of the age of it and the condition of the diaphragm inside. The pulsing diaphragm where it pumps the fuel through the carburetor. But all in all, it seems okay. It bogs down a couple of times just from turning different directions, but that could be the lack of gas in it because you're turning it, so now the filter is not sucking any gas because there's air in it. Could be a lot of things, but we'll start off by changing the carburetor because it needs it. Of course, it's not so easy to remove. You need hex tools to just remove the cover. Tells you how old this is, because nowadays the cover just comes off by just pushing a tab open. Like I said, it's about 40 years old. I'm amazed it still works. And look at this. That's still really pretty clean considering. I might have changed it once, I'm not sure. 2 more hex bolts that holds the air filter base on it, along with the choke mechanism. And this goes all the way through to the intake manifold with the carburetor and gaskets in between it. There's also a spacer as well. But it's pretty easy to change a carburetor on a weed whacker. Just 2 long bolts. There you go. Oh, it's hot. It's hot over here. Disconnect the 2 fuel lines. This one here on this side. Inboard one goes to the inboard. Outboard one goes to the outboard. Just so I remember. Disconnect the Z-bend, and there it is. That's how easy it is to remove the carburetor. So I'm going to hold on to this one because it works. It's not very consistent, but it works. There be the new one. As you can see, it's identical.
Identical.
Exactly the same. Some stuff going on this old one here that's leaking out. I don't know what that is. Maybe that's the reason. And you just put it back on again. Inboard one to the inboard. By the way, those of you who answered the trivia question on what that tank top logo I had, it's United Airlines. Yep, you were right. 98% of you guys got it right. Pretty amazing how you guys recognize that logo. Anyway, I worked there for 23 years, flying around the world as a flight attendant. Great experience. I saw the world, and lots of fun. But could I do that forever? Probably. Did I want to? No. So there's this gasket, which is meant to be replaced with this one here, but this one's still good, so I'm just going to leave it. Sometimes you ruin it by trying to pull it off and there's too much stuff there, whatever. Maybe I'll put this on the outer. Nope, that blocks a hole, so I won't do that. Let's see now if it consistently runs better. So the primer bulb is already better because you push it down, it pops back out again. The other one you have to wait. You have to push it down, you have to go wait until it popped out. So there might have been some debris inside, dust maybe. But this one also is not really sucking all the fuel into the bulb. But you're gonna have an air pocket in there. So Just push it hard sometimes and get rid of the air. It's already warm, hot. Joke. Much smoother. And it idles very well now too. I used to have to hold it. Man, I might have to turn that idle down now because it's less restrictive. Great. So obviously we know it's not the spark arrestor because there's no way it would run like this if the spark arrestor was clogged. Clean this up a little bit. Filthy. Idling perfectly. So this thing works great now, like new. Also cleaned it up like new. Maybe it'll do another 40 years, huh? Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks to my friends over at Hipa for the new carburetor. It costs like $10 if you don't want to go through the trouble of cleaning it and stuff, and you'll go blind trying to fix it because of the small parts. It's not even worth the time. You'll never get that time back. Just go ahead, spend $10, get yourself a brand new Hipa carburetor. Takes 5 seconds to put it on. And now my weed whacker's running great. Weed whacked my entire property in like 10 minutes. I mean, it's hotter than hell, don't get me wrong. It wasn't pleasant, but if you gotta do it with a weed whacker that runs right. And it runs right now with the new Hipa carburetor. Remember, I'll leave a link in the description. Remember to use discount code Henry for 10% off your entire order when you order on the hipastore.com website. Remember to like, share, and subscribe so I can continue to bring you two-stroke content like this one. Hope you guys enjoy your day, stay cool, and we'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers. This is the tractor that Frank the UPS guy wants. I have it listed for $1,500. I know, it's crazy. Because I owe Frank, I'm giving it to him for $500 and delivering it to him this weekend. Gonna pressure wash the underbelly a little bit just to clean it up, and then gonna pressure wash my wife's car. After pressure washing my wife's car, I noticed that the roof is filthy. So both cars cleaned with just one can of super clean foam aerosol. Just one can. Top of the roofs. It was harder for my truck because I had that roof rack in the way and I was a little bit scared to climb on top of it. But once you're on top, you're like King Kong. Listen, I don't say Super Clean is the best because I'm sponsored by them. I'm sponsored by them because they are the best. You just spray it on. I'm using up the whole can as much as I can. You don't even have to scrub. It agitates the dirt and you just rinse it off.
Guys and gals, I'm JB from Garage Gear, and we'll see you next time on Mowers and Blowers.